Welcome to Amnesty International Australia's launch of the Brave campaign. Before we begin, I would like to acknowledge that we are meeting on Aboriginal land in Victoria, that is the land of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, and I would like to pay my respects to their elders past, present and emerging. I'm going to share my screen with you now so you can see the slides that I am talking about. Okay, so what is Brave? Well, Amnesty International works for individuals at risk cases every year, thousands of them. Human rights defenders are individuals at risk who are targeted because of their human rights work. These individuals are who we are defending through the Brave campaign. These figures from 2015 and 2016 reflect the increase in the risk and danger that human rights defenders face each year. This slide shows the extent to which human rights defenders are at risk around the world. The space in which human rights defenders operate shows increased levels of risk, danger and harm, just for standing up for human rights. In 2016, human rights defenders in 63 countries faced smear campaigns designed to discredit, delegitimise and undermine the work they do. Human rights defenders have been publicly and falsely accused of, amongst other things, being terrorists, defenders of criminals, being unpatriotic or corrupt, and opposing national or moral values. In addition, women human rights defenders are subjected to smear campaigns which portray them as sexually promiscuous as a means to ostracise them from their communities. In 94 countries, human rights defenders were threatened or attacked. This includes being threatened with death, rape, being beaten, and harming family or those close to the human rights defenders, in order to stop them from continuing their human rights work. Human rights were arrested or detained solely because of their peaceful human rights work in 68 countries in 2016. Authorities around the world are increasingly misusing criminal, civil and administrative laws to target and harass human rights defenders in order to delegitimise them and their causes and deter, limit or even prevent their human rights work. Human rights defenders are frequently subjected to criminal procedures on unfounded charges. Arbitrary detention and multiple other violations of their rights to a fair trial are being employed as a way to interfere in their ability to defend and promote human rights. The Brave campaign aims to achieve a world where people can speak out for what's right without being attacked, threatened, jailed or more. Our goal is for human rights defenders to be empowered, safe and supported alongside thousands who are inspired to act against injustice, and that's us. We will be working to achieve this aim by ensuring that 104 people are in improved human rights conditions by the end of this year. We need to reach 100,000 new supporters across Australia this year, and that's our job. Part of that will be feeding into turning Amnesty International globally into a 25 million strong movement. We need to do this in order to build our power to protect individuals at risk and to win all of our campaigns. So how are we going to do this? I talked of a number of 100,000 people for us to reach. That's just for us to reach in our communities. Online, there'll be a whole range of other activities that will reach a much larger number. But for us, we need to focus on the deep organising outcomes, where we speak to people in our communities, where we talk to them, explain to them what's happening for these brave individuals at risk, and bring them into our movement. I'd like to introduce you to some of your colleagues that you can see on the screen here. And I'd like to read you some of the statements that they've shared with me to be able to share with you. Ruby Evenstar, she's based in Victoria, and she has said that human rights are not at the whim of fashion or governments. Human rights are for everyone. Amber Blake, who you can see in the Facebook frame, from the Perth Action Group, was interviewed on Western Australian TV at the end of last year about her individuals at risk work. She also developed the activity booklet that some of you might have used in your Right for Rights work at the end of last year. And Gabrielle Robinson in the far right top corner, who says, "For me, it makes such good sense to focus on the people who are being persecuted for their work and efforts for others' human rights. If we can help those courageous people who are in the thick of areas of the worst human rights abuse, our efforts are more productive. Concentrated international focus brings to light the injustice of the authorities involved. Brave is an inspiring endeavour." Gabrielle goes on to say that her action group will embrace the Brave campaign, as I hope all of you will. Now I'd like to introduce you to the cases that we'll be working for at the beginning this year. In the top right corner, in the top far left, I'm reading a book. We have Tashi. Tashi is a Tibetan man who is educating people about the Tibetan language and culture. He's been being targeted by the Chinese government as a result of his work. Moving to your right, we have Azza, who is an Egyptian woman who has founded a number of organisations that are supporting women survivors of abuse. To her right, with her family, we have Tepvani. Tepvani has been working with her own community as well as other communities across Cambodia against forced eviction, and she is being targeted as a result of her work. To the left on the bottom line, we have Atina and Goloroch, who are imprisoned in Iran for their human rights work, and they are currently on hunger strike. In the middle on the bottom line, we have Sakras, who you might remember who was one of our cases for Right for Rights last year. We're continuing working on his case as he fights for recognition and the ability to change his name in recognition of his gender in Finland. To the far right on the bottom line, we have Tania, who is the chair of Amnesty International in Turkey. He is part of a group of 10 Amnesty International members in Turkey who were imprisoned last year. He is the only one of the 10 who is still imprisoned, and we will be working and focusing on his case this year. In order to help us have maximum impact and make some real change for these cases, we have some key dates that we can plan our activism around. The 8th of May is the first date. It's Tashi's birthday, and we're asking you to go out into your communities, reach as many people as you can, ask them to sign the petition for Tashi so we have more power to make change for his case. And you can also ask them to take a solidarity action and send him a birthday card. It will help him know that we're out here fighting for him. The 6th of June is a global day of action. Brave is a global campaign. Many people around the world will be taking action on this day, which marks 1 year of imprisonment for Tania. The 21st of June is the court date for Tania, at which we are hoping to see his release. August the 21st is the anniversary of the verdicts against Arash and Goloch in Iran, and we'll be focusing our attention around that date for them as well. And then on the 25th of November through to the 10th of December, we have Right for Rights, where we'll be releasing new Brave cases. Last year, you told us that you found it difficult to find the resources and materials for your offline activism. This year, we are ensuring that all of the petitions you need, the case sheets, the handouts and information to help you get information out to your community are available in one place that will not change this year. That is the link, the Amnesty website /brave_activist. Bookmark it, go back there. We will continue to upload new materials and information as they become available. You will already be able to find up there petitions and case sheets for the cases that I've introduced you to before. Most of the cases also have videos to help you understand a bit more about them and share that information with your group and others. A toolkit which outlines many of the things that I've gone over today in our launch. A handout on what is Brave to help you understand and to help you share that information with others. Another handout on human rights. What are they and why are they important? Objection handling guide. Everything including why do you need my email address? What will you use that for? To help you explain how important it is for us to be able to contact people to build our movement and make these changes. An events guide, a very basic step-by-step guide to running a range of different kinds of events to help you think and about the different kinds of ways that you might reach into your community. So stay up to date. Keep with us on this campaign. We'll be focusing on this as a priority throughout 2018, and we need you with us to reach those 100,000 people on the ground. We will be giving you updates regularly. We want you to feed back to us what we can do better to help you reach more people. And these are the dates that you can see on the screen here and the ways that you can become continue to stay up to date. Again, a reminder of the website where our materials are, where you can download our materials to reach people in your community and educate them about the cases, the campaign, and Amnesty International in general. I hope to see you at these catch-ups and hear from you throughout the year. Enjoy your activism, defending the brave.